All right, now that the pizza's all gone, we bring to you Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy versus Suddenly Spaceships. Suddenly Spaceships bring in a cookie cutter Sleipnir set up with the 3 Sleipnirs, 4 Cyclones, 2 Sabres, and 3 Merlins.
And Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy has brought a Kite Tengu team. Heavy missiles, 100 MN afterburners. It looks like it's going to be an interesting setup to see used against these Cyclones. It's 4 Tengus, Mollis, 4 Merlins, a Rapier, and a Scimitar. Rapier is an interesting choice. Usually on a shield tank team you'd use Hugans.
Yeah, it has extra mids.
I was just wondering before the match if maybe it's like really heavily nano to go super fast using the extra lows. But we'll find out. We'll see how fast it goes soon. But the match is just about to start. We have 10 seconds. The entire Suddenly Spaceships team is warped in at 0 on the beacon, and then the entire Pizza team has warped in at 50.
Yeah, the Suddenly Spaceships team is actually a very old tournament team. They were previously known as We Form Voltron, but I think Pizza is also corporations that split off from Test Alliance, so maybe they're going to show Test Alliance how kiting Tengus are really done.
Oh, the frigates and sabers for Suddenly Spaceships have already gotten on top of the Tengus. We have a Tengu webbed. One of them down, though. One of the sabers down. Saber's an excellent primary choice here because they go down so quickly. They are ASB tank sabers. I haven't seen a lot of that, but it's interesting. It doesn't look like it's going to be doing enough to stop the DPS, though.
Yeah, it looks like they got Tengu and Rapier tackled for Pizza.
Now there's nothing more tackled. So knocking that saber off probably dropped 1, and then he probably just outran one of the other webs. Oh, the Rapier's back and being webbed again.
Yeah, as long as they can get these frigates down and get range again from these Sleipnirs and Cyclones, they're going to be okay. You see the dance being spread across the field, so that it's going to take them that extra time and that extra range to get those webs on.
One of the big dangers for these teams is they have to make sure they don't go out of the arena. It's especially tough for Tengu teams. We're seeing them go right up like 117 from the beacon, 121, 124 for one of the Merlins. The Merlin has just been destroyed for boundary violations. Always a danger. If they start losing Tengus or the Rapier, which is actually going to die anyways, to a boundary violation, they would cripple them. But only one Merlin, they can probably survive that, as long as it doesn't end up being more ships.
Yeah, as these Merlins just start popping, you're seeing these webs fall on and off of these Tengus. And I'm sure Billy Bulb has to be overloading that afterburner so that he can get away whenever it's falling off. You're not seeing the ASBs on these Tengus because they're having to overfit that 100 mm afterburner.
It is possible to use an ASB and 100 mm, but in this case they haven't. So we've got one of the Tengus down. Losing that DPS is going to be very tough for Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy. They really need all the DPS they can get in a setup like this. It is relatively low on it. So loss of Rapier and Tengu, that hurts. That was perfect primary calling for Suddenly Spaceships. Rapier is the real linchpin. You need to knock that down and then start working through the Tengus. But that being said, the last tackle frigate is about to die for Suddenly Spaceships.
Pizza is doing well, keeping their ships a little bit split up that way. And the Merlin just died to boundary violation, I believe, for Percussive Pizza Time.
Yep, so both teams have now lost one ship for... Well, actually, no, that was the Suddenly Spaceships Merlin, I think. The Merlin for Percussive died earlier to boundary. Yeah.
Yep, okay, yep.
So both teams have now lost one ship to the boundary. The Scimitar is now down as well for Pizza. But one of the Sleipnirs is taking damage. Seldarine, the captain of the Suddenly Spaceships team, is taking damage. He's ASB tanking. We'll see how long he can hold out. Right now it's dropping a bit. It looks like he's going to be able to hold on, though, until he reloads. But with the damage he's taking, he probably won't survive through a reload.
Yeah, I mean, they still have 3 Tengus left. I mean, that's still a lot of DPS from those heavy missile launchers. And these Tengus are doing quite well keeping a range.
Yeah.
These Sleipnirs and Cyclones by no means are slow. They're going to have the gang links running on the Sleipnirs, so they do get the speed boost and the tackle bonus, most likely on those.
That being said, keeping up to 100 MN Tengu is not going to be easy.
No, not at all.
Especially for a ship like the Sleipnir, which when it's MWD and all the time can have cap problems.
Yes. I mean, it's... If they're well, the biggest thing is they lost those frigates. I mean, they lost a lot of utility slots to keep those Tengus pinned down.
We do see a Mollis now going down for Pizza. Now, that Mollis wasn't tackled by any of the Sleipnirs, the Cyclones. They just swarmed their drones on him.
Right.
So that's what we're going to see, probably taking down more of these frigates now that they don't have the Scimitar to rep them anymore.
True.
They're just going to chuck their drones on from ship to ship, as we see all the drones off on a Tengu now, but they may redirect them in a frigate if they can. We got some of them already on a Merlin here.
I think Seldarine might be out of cap charges as you see the damage start stacking up on a Sleipnir. So there's one more boost. Yep.
It's really just going to come down. They're going to be able to knock down these frigates with the drones. Meanwhile, though, as we go through this match, looks like Seldering got his reload finished because he's repping again.
Either that or he has a few more charges left. We'll see. I don't think they've been off him for longer than 60 seconds.
Yeah, I'm just kind of surprised if it was a reload in that time. But he has now stopped boosting again. He's probably going to die as this reload happens.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, yeah, he's definitely out of charges now. You're not seeing any more boosts as he sinks into armor.
So at the moment, Suddenly Spaceships is vastly ahead in points. What Pizza needs to do is knock out some more of these slappers. Actually, if I were them, I'd probably start picking off some Cyclones.
Yeah,
a little bit easier to take them down. They have to run their booster more often, and you can get some of those quick points.
Well, we are seeing ECCM coming from the Sleipnirs as well, so they're not going to have a lot of free slots to fit tackle modules. So even if they do get on top of one of these Tengus, if they don't have a web, they're
it's
not going to be
actually
able to keep
possible that this team may not have any webs left. It's not unusual to see no webs on Cyclones.
Yeah, because I mean, you have the ASB, you have the ECCM, I mean, and then MWD. That leaves you what, 1 or 2? I think they have 5 mid slots.
Yeah, they can't fit. Like every mid slot on these ships is extremely precious. We're seeing these teams coming right on the edge of the arena. The Cyclone, one Cyclone for suddenly out to like 110, one of the Tengus out to 113. These guys are skirting the edge, but so far only the 2 Merlins have made the mistake of going out.
Yeah,
going out of the arena is something that knocked the former Suddenly Spaceships team, we formed Voltron, out of the tournament last year. So I'm sure they're going to be very careful about it this year.
Well, and this is a wide open bracket, so whoever wins this team definitely, or wins this match, is definitely going through.
Along with Shadow Cartel. Shadow Cartel won the last match, they're going through, and whoever wins this. And so that actually means that in this match, points actually don't matter. I made the mistake of saying points don't matter at all last weekend, but in this case, it's the truth. In this match, points don't matter, past winning the fight.
Right.
So points, they do matter to get ahead, but whether you win with a full 100 or whether you win by getting 1 point more than the opponent is exactly the same in this. So there's 4 minutes and 15 seconds left. The Sleipnir of Redon for Suddenly Spaceships is taking a lot of damage, but he's still repping. If these Tengus can knock down a couple more of these ships, then they can take the fight.
Yeah, definitely. I think Suddenly Spaceship is the stronger team overall, but I think Pizza's doing extremely well with this setup.
Yeah, it's a good setup to bring against something like this. Once we get late, especially in a match where you don't need to win with all the points.
Right.
This would have been a bad setup for, say, Goonswarm.
Right.
But it's a great setup for Pizza to bring. As we see another Sleipnir going down, and as each of these Sleipnirs go down, it's going to knock down or give more points to Pizza. It's also going to be reducing the number of drones on the field. Because right now we're seeing Mental Maverick of Pizza taking damage, but it's just from drones.
Right. They have no ASBs either, so they can't rip that up themselves.
But as more and more of these ships from Suddenly Spaceships die, we're going to see the drones off the field, and that's going to mean that the passive recharge these Tengus are taking.
Right. And I mean, just these 100 afterburners, they're going to be able to run them permanently. They're unlike these Sleipnirs and these Cyclones, where they're capping out.
So now Suddenly is ahead by 4 points. The Pizza team has 3 minutes with which to kill any ship.
Right.
Any of the remaining ships will do it. The choice of a Sleipnir I find a little bit odd, because a Cyclone would put them over the top.
Definitely.
And that would be an easier one to kill. But I think probably in 3 minutes they should be able to take down that Sleipnir. We'll see, though.
It really is going to depend on how long Kothar lets damage stack up for turning on that booster and just trying to get as much damage repped from that booster instead of wasting any charges.
Yeah, well, he doesn't want to be over-repping, that's for sure. Over-repping in this case would be the kind of problem, the kind of mistake that would really lose you the tournament.
Yeah, and I believe I think he actually is over-repping right now. I think he's wasting some of that shield boost rep by running it.
It does kind of look like it, doesn't it? Because he's keeping himself very high. We'll see what happens because he's going to be running out and running into reload any time now. And if in the next 2 minutes and 20 seconds, Pizza can take him down without getting one of their guys caught or out of the arena, then they're going to take this fight. Pizza's now doing an excellent job of staying towards the edge of the arena, about 100 kilometers, 90 kilometers, without going out. Yeah,
I think this is probably the best kite team we've seen, or examples we've seen so far in the tournament.
Kothar is dropping through. He's on reload.
Wow. I mean, I think he wasted a good 3 charges there.
It does seem likely. That's not the kind of mistake you want to make. He's getting kind of close to one of the Tengus of Mental Maverick, but he's going to go down, and that will put Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy into the lead, as long as they can then manage to not make a crucial mistake. All they have to do is not screw up for 1 minute and 42 seconds.
Well, I think, does that mean we get another pizza tomorrow?
Yes. You guys should definitely give us another pizza tomorrow. And it was good luck pizza. There you go. Every time you send us a pizza, you will win.
So we're down to 4 Cyclones left for Suddenly Spaceships. Pizza Time Diplomacy is over the point cap when it comes to Suddenly Spaceships. I mean,
now this is a point where it's going to be super stressful for them. They're just trying to, getting some kills is great because it helps reduce the damage to them, keeps them from from getting caught, but all they really need to do is not go out of the arena. So for that's got to be the kind of thing that's going to be very nerve-wracking for them.
Yep, and at this point, as long as they don't lose a Tengu, they'll be okay.
Yep. As long as they can manage to, really, it's the arena. That's all they have to worry about. Being the person who messes up. Now, we do have one of the Tengus tackled.
Wow.
1 minute left, though. I don't think they're going to be able to break in 1 minute, especially because one of the
tackle.
Cyclones about to go down. Yep, it looks like the Cyclone of Denzel Washington, excellent name, by the way, is being killed right through his rep. And he's going to go down, and with that should knock off the web that's on Market Jacker. Yep. But anyways, there's 40 seconds left. Market Jacker's going down a bit. If Suddenly can take down Market Jacker, then that'll put them back in the lead.
Yep, there goes Denzel Washington.
He's still webbed, though. He is still webbed.
Well,
actually, that's enough points now. Yeah, at this point, killing the Tango won't do it. So Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy is in great shape. They are now in the driver's seat for this. They only have 16 seconds left to survive. All really matters now for Market Jacker is if he can survive, he doesn't lose those skill points.
Yeah, so it's really
This would be a decent time to eject if you wanted to.
Yeah, speaking of which, as we're down to 5 seconds left in the match, he's entering armor. They're not going to be able to get him down. So it's 2 seconds, and that is the match.
And Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy in a big upset because Suddenly Spaceships was heavily favored here.
Yeah, definitely.
Knocking out tournament veterans and a real strong team in Suddenly Spaceships. Congratulations to them. Yeah. Not only are you generous and well-named, but also excellent pilots.
Yeah, I definitely think Suddenly Spaceships was the stronger team here, but Percussive had a very convincing victory.
Flying a kite team like this is really hard. Yeah, so actually, Percussive had the tougher job piloting-wise. But we'll now pass you back to the studio and get their reactions there.